If you're hearing these words right now, something much deeper than chance brought you here. You could have scrolled past this message in half a second like you do with hundreds of others every single day. But you didn't. Your finger paused. Your attention caught. And in that tiny moment of stillness, something inside you recognized this wasn't just another random message filling up your feed. This was meant for you right now, right here, in this exact moment when you need to hear it most. I know it sounds impossible. How could a message on your phone screen be anything more than digital noise competing for your distracted mind? But stay with me for just a few minutes, because what I'm about to share will help you understand why your day suddenly shifted the moment you engaged with this. Why your restless scrolling came to a complete stop. Why everything that led you to this message wasn't coincidence at all. It was coordination. Divine coordination. You've been feeling it lately, haven't you? That strange sensation that something is moving beneath the surface of your everyday life, like invisible gears are turning behind the scenes, preparing something, arranging something, setting pieces into place that you can't quite see yet. Maybe it started with little things that made you pause and wonder. A song came on the radio that felt like it was speaking directly to your situation. Someone mentioned exactly what you've been thinking about, but never said out loud. You bumped into a person you haven't seen in years right when you needed their particular kind of encouragement. These aren't accidents. They're breadcrumbs, gentle nudges from a universe that's been trying to get your attention for longer than you realize. And the reason you're here listening to these words is because you're finally ready to receive what's been waiting for you. Your system is calibrating. Your inner compass is finding true north. And life itself is responding by sending confirmation after confirmation that you're exactly where you need to be. Most people miss these signals completely. They're so busy pushing through their days, checking boxes, meeting deadlines that they never notice the intricate web of timing that surrounds them. They dismiss the meaningful coincidences as random luck. They ignore the gentle whispers of intuition because they sound too soft compared to the loud demands of daily responsibilities. But you're different. You stopped scrolling. You leaned in. You recognized that something sacred was trying to reach you through the ordinary moment of engaging with this message. That recognition alone tells me everything about where you are in your journey right now. You're standing at a threshold, not the dramatic kind you see in movies with big announcements and fireworks. This is the quiet kind, the kind where your soul has been preparing for months, or maybe even years, for this exact moment of readiness, where all the experiences that felt confusing or painful, or just plain weird, suddenly start making perfect sense. Like puzzle pieces that seemed completely unrelated finally clicking into place to reveal a picture you never could have imagined. Think about the timing of everything that had to align for you to be here right now. You had to be in the exact mood to open this app instead of doing something else. This message had to appear in your feed at the precise moment when you were ready to receive it. Your curiosity had to be stronger than your urge to keep scrolling. Even the fact that you have the time and space to listen to these words is part of the orchestration. Nothing about this moment is random. Nothing. The universe doesn't work in coincidences. It works in synchronicities. And synchronicity is just a fancy word for meaningful timing. When everything lines up so perfectly that you can't help but notice the hand of something greater moving through your life, guiding you, supporting you, confirming that you're not alone in this process of becoming whoever you're meant to be. I know you've been questioning things lately, wondering if you're on the right path, feeling uncertain about decisions you need to make or changes you're considering. Maybe you've been asking for signs, praying for clarity, hoping for some kind of confirmation that you're not completely lost or making terrible mistakes. Well, here's your confirmation. The fact that you found this message isn't proof that you're lost. It's proof that you're being found. Your life has been preparing you for this moment of understanding. All those times when things didn't work out the way you planned. All those delays that frustrated you. All those doors that closed when you were sure they were supposed to open They weren't setbacks. They were setups creating the perfect conditions for you to be here now with the exact mindset and heart posture you need to receive what's coming next. You know that feeling you get sometimes when you're driving and you take a wrong turn, but it leads you past something beautiful you never would have seen otherwise? That's how your whole journey has been working. What looked like wrong turns were actually scenic routes designed to show you parts of yourself and parts of life that you needed to discover, building your character, expanding your compassion, teaching you to trust something bigger than your own limited understanding of how things are supposed to unfold. This message finding you today is confirmation that the scenic route is about to merge back onto the main highway. All that wandering and wondering and waiting is about to make sense. The lessons are integrating, the wisdom is solidifying, and your next chapter is ready to begin. But first you needed this moment of recognition, this pause in the endless scroll of distraction, this quiet confirmation that you haven't been forgotten or abandoned by the forces that guide your life. You've been feeling restless lately, haven't you? Like you're outgrowing something, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is. Like there's an energy building inside you that doesn't have anywhere to go yet. Like you're waiting for permission to step into something new, but you don't know who's supposed to give it to you. Well, consider this your permission slip, signed by the same intelligence that made sure you were here to receive it. The restlessness isn't a problem to be solved. It's a signal to be honored. Your soul is stretching, expanding beyond the boundaries that used to contain you. And just like a snake has to shed its skin to keep growing, you're about to shed some old patterns, old beliefs, old versions of yourself that no longer fit who you're becoming. The shedding process isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it feels like you're losing parts of yourself that you thought were permanent. Old friendships that don't resonate anymore. Career paths that suddenly feel empty. Habits and routines that used to bring you comfort, but now just feel heavy. This isn't loss. This is liberation. You're not breaking down. You're breaking through. And here's what most people don't understand about breakthrough moments. They don't announce themselves with trumpets and spotlights. They whisper through ordinary Tuesday afternoons when you're scrolling your phone and something makes you stop. They slip in through conversations with strangers who say exactly what you needed to hear. They arrive disguised as coincidences that feel too perfect to be random. Your breakthrough has been building for weeks now, maybe months. Little shifts in your thinking that you barely noticed. Tiny changes in what feels important to you. Subtle adjustments in how you respond to situations that used to trigger you completely. These weren't random improvements. They were preparation. Your inner system has been quietly rewiring itself for what's about to unfold. Think about how different you feel compared to this time last year. Not just the obvious changes, but the invisible ones. How certain conversations don't drain your energy the way they used to. How you catch yourself pausing before reacting instead of just exploding. How you've started noticing beauty in moments you would have rushed right past before. These shifts didn't happen because you forced them. They happened because you were ready for them. That readiness is what drew you to this message today. Your frequency has been adjusting, tuning into something clearer, something more aligned with who you actually are underneath all the noise and expectations and old programming. And when your frequency shifts, the world around you starts reflecting that shift back to you in ways that feel almost magical. I know you've been seeing the signs. Numbers that keep showing up everywhere you look. Songs that play at exactly the right moment with lyrics that feel written for your situation. People who mention things you've been privately thinking about, but never shared with anyone. Dreams that feel more real than your waking hours. These aren't your imagination playing tricks on you. These are confirmations that you're tuning into something real. The universe communicates through symbols and synchronicities because that's the language your soul understands best. It speaks in timing and feeling and knowing that goes deeper than logic. And right now your soul is fluent in this language because you've been practicing without realizing it every time you trusted a gut feeling over what made sense on paper. Every time you chose kindness when you could have chosen being right. Every time you stayed open when everything in you wanted to shut down. You've been in training for this moment, this recognition, this understanding that you're not just randomly stumbling through life hoping for the best. You're being guided, supported, loved in ways that are too vast for your mind to fully grasp, but your heart knows completely. And the guidance isn't just coming from outside you. It's been growing inside you too. That voice that's been getting clearer and stronger. The one that nudges you towards certain decisions and away from others. The one that makes you feel excited about possibilities you can't even fully explain yet. That voice isn't separate from the universal intelligence that brought you here today. It's connected to it. It's part of it. It's how the infinite speaks through the personal. This is why meditation isn't about emptying your mind. It's about getting quiet enough to hear what's already there. The wisdom, the knowing, the gentle guidance that never stops flowing but gets drowned out by the constant chatter of daily life. You don't need to learn how to access this guidance. You just need to remember how to listen to it. And listening is exactly what you're doing right now. Not just to these words, but to something deeper. Something that made you pause your scrolling and pay attention. Something that recognized this moment as significant before your logical mind had any idea why. That recognition is your inner guidance system working perfectly, directing you toward exactly what you need when you need it. The timing of this message finding you isn't random. It's arriving at the exact moment when you're ready to trust what you've been feeling. When you're ready to stop second-guessing the intuitive nudges that have been getting stronger. When you're ready to step into the next version of yourself with confidence instead of fear. Your life has been conspiring in your favor this whole time. Even when it felt like everything was falling apart. Especially when it felt like everything was falling apart. Because sometimes things need to fall apart so something better can be built in their place. Not just externally, but internally. Old belief systems that kept you small. Old patterns that kept you stuck. Old fears that kept you from trusting your own power. The falling apart wasn't punishment. It was preparation, creating space for what's been trying to emerge. And now that space is ready, clean, open, waiting for you to fill it with intention instead of just letting life happen to you. This is your moment of transition. Not the dramatic kind that requires you to quit everything and move to another country. The gentle kind that happens when you simply decide to trust what you've been feeling. To follow the breadcrumbs that have been leading you here. To say yes to the opportunities that feel scary and exciting at the same time. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That thing you've been considering, but haven't had the courage to pursue yet. That conversation you know you need to have. That creative project that keeps calling to you. That relationship that needs attention, or that situation that needs your honest response. The universe has been preparing you for all of it. Building your confidence, strengthening your intuition, teaching you to trust yourself in ways you never have before. And now you're standing at the edge of actually doing it, taking that step, making that choice, having that conversation. The universe didn't spend all this time preparing you just so you could stay exactly where you are. It prepared you so you could move, so you could trust, so you could finally stop waiting for permission and start living from the knowing that's been growing inside you. The beautiful thing about divine timing is that it never feels convenient. It always asks you to stretch a little beyond what feels completely safe. But that stretching isn't meant to break you. It's meant to expand you, to show you that you're capable of more than you realized. That the strength you thought you were building for someday was actually being built for right now. You've been getting ready for this moment in ways you didn't even recognize. Every time you chose to trust your instincts over other people's opinions. Every time you stayed true to what felt right even when you couldn't explain why. Every time you kept going when quitting would have been easier. All of those moments were deposits into this account, building up your capacity to handle what's about to unfold. So trust the timing. Trust the process. Trust the voice inside you that knew to stop scrolling today. This message found you because you're ready. Your breakthrough isn't coming someday. It's already here. And everything that happens next is going to feel like it was always meant to be.